So in continuation of the last lecture, again we are considering here the constructive cost model. How could we calculate various values for the number of programmers as well as the cost for the software which we are going to implement and the time required to complete that particular project. So there are various objectives to introduce the fundamentals of software costing and pricing, because we always concentrate how we are going to calculate the cost and going to fix the price for a software project. So we describe three metrics for software productivity assessment and different techniques that should be used for software estimation. So here we will always consider few estimation techniques to calculate the cost of the software. So to describe the principles of the COCOMO algorithmic cost estimation model, then we consider few factors to calculate the final cost of the product. So here we are going to cover a few topics, that is the software productivity, estimation techniques, algorithmic cost modeling, project duration and staffing. Okay, so here we will check about the productivity of the software in a company in which we are working and what type of techniques we will use for the estimation purpose and various cost modeling algorithm, and along with this we can calculate the project duration and the number of programmers needed to complete that project in a particular time. So there are various fundamental estimation question. Okay, means how much effort is required to complete an activity. Here activity just that is equivalent to the project or the software which we are going to complete. Okay, so means how much effort is required means number of programmers required to complete that project. Okay, and the calendar time is needed to complete an activity, that in how much time we are going to complete that project, that is compulsory, important, or we can say mandatory. And what is the total cost of an activity? So the total cost we will calculate on the behalf of the number of programmers needed to complete the project, as well as other, we can say, cost affecting factors. Okay, that is the building charges, electricity charges, and other, we can say, the labor charge. So we will also include in during calculating the final cost. It is not only the cost which just we are going to pay to only to the programmers, because we will include all the perks, all other, we can say, the different prices or the cost which we are going to spend on that particular project. Okay, project estimation and scheduling are interleaved management activities. So here we will consider the project estimation as well as the time required. Okay, because everything here is a time bounded. So there is a restriction over the time also. So that is very important factor to complete the project within the time. Otherwise, there is again we can face the risk. Okay. Now there are a number of components here we can calculate use here. That is the hardware and software costs. Okay. So here we will consider the hardware as well as the software cost, travel and training cost. Okay, because sometimes there is a need uh, to impart the training or to travel from one place to another for the purpose of the training. Okay, so there is the involvement of such type of cost also. Effort cost, this is the dominant factor in most projects. Effort cost means the total number of programmers needed to complete that project. Okay, so total number of programmers, the wages required for them, travel and training cost, hardware and software cost. Okay, the salaries of engineers involved in the project, social and insurance costs. Okay, so effort cost must take overheads into account. Effort cost, it also includes cost of the building, heating, lighting, because every type of items we could be use. Okay, so cost of networking and communications, cost of shared facilities, and here costing and pricing. Just we are going to consider this. Just a minute, please. So estimates here are made to discover the cost to the developer of producing a software system. Please wait. Yes. ID number 15024 024. ठीक है? तो just I am continuing again. So estimates here are made to discover the cost to the developer of producing a software system. There is not a simple relationship between the development cost and the price charged to the customer, because here we consider the development cost as well as there is a different type of price that will be charged from the customer. Okay, or we can say charge to the customer, because in the total cost we will consider all type of, here you can see type of cost, that is the building, heating, lighting, networking, communication, shared facilities, as well as salaries of the engineer, social and insurance cost, okay, travel, training cost, hardware and software cost. So ultimately whenever we will count or consider all such type of cost, then we can calculate the total cost or the price for that particular software. Okay, so broader organizational, economic, political, and business considerations influence the price charged. Okay, so if there is a big organization, in that case, we can say that may influence the business. Okay, so there is a major role of the cost and the price here. So software productivity, what is this? A measure of the rate at which individual engineers involved in software development produce software and associated documentation. So whenever we are going to develop any software, then we calculate the total number of lines or the total number of lines of code and associated documentation. Okay, so it is, we can say, not quality oriented, although quality assurance is a factor in productivity assessment. So whenever we are going to do the productivity assessment, then we will assure about the quality. Okay, so quality is one of the important factor which will uh, we consider always. Okay, so essentially we want to measure useful functionality produced per time unit here. So then we can see what type of functionality we are going to measure. So first is the size related measure. Okay, Size means the project size, means the total number of lines involved, or we can say delivered source code. So these are the total number of lines in the software, okay, that uh, may be developed by the programmers or software engineers, you can say. So function related measurement based on an estimate of the functionality of the delivered software. So here we will check the functionality. So that is called the function related measurement, and size related means the total number of source code, lines of source code. So how we are going to measure the productivity, then it will depend on the size as well as the functions. So measurement problems which we can face, that estimating the size of the measure, that how many function points. So here we will count the total number of functions involved in the implementation of the software, total number of programmers months that have lapsed. So here we will calculate the total number of programmer months, that is total number of programmers working for a particular duration on a software project. Estimating contractor productivity, that is the documentation team. So the documentation team is different than the we can say who are doing the coding. Okay, so programmers are different than their documentation team is different, and incorporating this estimate in overall estimate. So whenever we will do the overall estimate, then we always consider the documentation in that particular software. So there are two types of team, that is the programmers involved to write the source code, and also there is a separate team for the documentation of a software. Then we add all those costs, okay, to calculate the overall cost, we can say the estimate. So lines of code, we already have some basic knowledge about this. So the measure was the first proposed when programs were typed on cards with one line per card. So how does this correspond to the statements in Java which can span several lines of? So ultimately we can say lines of code, that is the total number of lines required to complete the project. So it contains a number of lines of code, okay, every program here. Now we can see what programs should be counted as part of the system. Okay. This model assumes that there is a linear relationship between system size and volume documentation. So documentation is different than we can say the coding part. Okay. And we always assume both the things, the volume of the documentation as well as the system size. System size means the total number of lines of code. Okay. And documentation, we are already aware that these documentation or such type of lines uh, are ignored by the, we can say, the compiler. Okay, so we are not going to count those lines. That is the different type of comments lines. Okay, that comes under the documentation. So these are the various systems, system development times, assembly code. If we are using the assembly code to write any software, or we can also use the high level language, then we are going to analyze, design, code, test, documentation. Then we can see if we are going to implement any project in the assembly code, then it is a example. Just suppose in the during the analysis phase, it is taking 3 weeks. During design, that particular project is taking 5 weeks, coding 8 weeks, testing 10 weeks, and documentation 2 weeks. So this is approximate calculation for only the, we can say, it is a sort of example here just. And if we are using the high level language, we are writing our project in the high level language, then the 3 weeks for the analysis part, 5 weeks design phase, coding 4 weeks. Okay. So whenever we will write our program in the assembly code, so it is more lengthy. Okay, more number of lines will be involved here. So it may take more time. Okay, 8 weeks during writing the code. So to write the code using the assembly language, it is difficult. It is complex one. So that's why we always use high level language. Okay, to write any project. So we can do the coding in the high level language, and it may take the half time from if we are going to write the code in the assembly. Okay, assembly code if we are using. So testing time is also you can check here. In case of the assembly language, if we are using the testing time 10 weeks. Okay, but in case of the high level language, this time is less, 6 weeks only. Documentation approximate is same in both the cases. If we are writing our project in the assembly code, or we are writing our project in the high level language. So it will take approximate 2 weeks for the proper documentation. But in the testing time and coding will be just you can say half time. Even though analysis and design time is same, approximate same, we can say here. Okay. Now you can see the size here, size, effort, productivity. Okay. So size of the project is 500 lines. Okay. So sorry, 5,000 lines. Okay. Effort, that is total number of programmers that are going to complete the project. Okay. Here we are not aware by the total number of programmers, but the effort is 28 weeks. Just in that 28 weeks, we can complete this project that contains 5,000 lines of code. Okay. And in case of high level language, the lines just reduced to 1500 only. So 1500 means the space required is less, even though it is working in the similar way. Okay, similar fashion. We are getting the same output. If we will use the high level language, then just there is a need of 1500 lines. And effort here you can calculate, effort is also less. Here effort is more. Okay, so the cost will enhance in this case because the effort is more number of programmers are needed, and it will take more time. Okay, so here effort is more as compared to the if we are using the high level language. So just in 20 weeks, okay, we can complete the work just by considering the same number of programmers. So this is more complex to write the program using the assembly code. Okay, productivity rate here you can see, so 714 lines per month, and here 300 lines. So just there is a effect in case of the productivity only. Okay, so this is called the system development time. So this is the one of the example. Here we can just compare. Here is the difference between if we are using the assembly code and or high level language. So project cost, how we are going to calculate. So there are three parameters involved for computing total cost of the project. Now, what are those three parameters? First is the hardware and software cost, including maintenance. Okay. So first is the hardware and software cost, including maintenance, travel and training cost. Third is the effort cost. Okay. And you are already aware that effort cost you have already seen here. It contains cost of building, heating, lighting, networking, shared facilities, and travel training. Okay. So there is the involvement of several costs here. So there are three parameters just here you can check: hardware and software cost, travel and training cost, effort cost. Now effort cost along with salary also include cost of providing. Here we have already seen in the last presentation in preceding slides. Cost of providing heating and lighting office space. Okay. Cost of supporting staff such as accountants, cleaners, etc. Because if any company is running, then we have uh, also other staffs, including the number of programmers. So there will be also accountants, cleaners, other labor persons also, and we will consider the heating and lighting office space, cost of networking and communication, cost of central facilities like library, or we can say sort of seminar library, cost of pensions and insurance and other facilities to the staff. Okay, so we add all these costs to calculate the final cost of the product. Okay, so there are various techniques which we will consider to calculate the cost of the project. First is the algorithmic cost modeling. These are the techniques we can use. Expert judgment, estimation by analogy, Parkinson law. What is the Parkinson law? Work expands to fill the time available. Okay, the cost is determined by available resources. So here, if we are going to develop any project, then first we will check what type of resources available. Okay, so that we can use those available resources for their development purpose of our project. And another technique is pricing to win. So we always emphasize over the price and maintain the quality of the product. Okay, so this is one of the model which we will use to calculate the cost of the software. That is the COCOMO constructive cost model. Okay, so there are a number of various steps in this model we can use. So what is the first step? First step is obtain an initial estimate. Okay, so first step is obtain an initial estimate, and we can indicate this or represent this as capital EI. Okay, EI, initial estimate. Okay, or we can also call initial effort. And for this, first we will calculate the total number of lines of code. Okay, and the unit we can use for this KDLOC. K 1000. Okay, because K represents 1000. D delivered lines of code. Okay, so each and every project which we are going to develop, it has a number of lines, and we use the unit in KDLOC or sometimes KLOC only. Okay, no need to write the delivered, just 1000 lines of codes. Okay, and for this we use the formula EI is equal to A star KDLOC to the power B, where A and B are the constants. Okay, so KDLOC that will be provided to you because you will be aware by the number of lines in that particular project, so that you can calculate the initial effort. That is A star KDLOC to the power B, where EI is the initial effort, I is the suffix, okay, for the E, and A and B are the constants whose value depends on the type of project. Okay, so first we will check what type of, or we can say what is the nature of our project, and if we are using, that is, type of project, that is the organic or semi-detached or the embedded. Here you can see the value of A and B, and in case of the organic, the constant value for A is 3.2 and for B is 1.05. If your project is semi-detached, okay, then value of A is 3.0, and this is the fixed one. This is the fixed value. B is the 1.12. If the project is embedded type, then A is 2.8 and B is 1.20. Okay, so here we can calculate the EI, that is the initial effort, with the help of the COCOMO, that is the constructive cost model. Okay, so first we must be aware by the type of the project. So then there are three types of project: organic, semi-detached, embedded. Now, what is the organic type? First, we must be aware by the type of the project. The organic type means a small, well understood application in which organization has considerable experience and do not have much restriction on the requirement. Such systems are usually developed by a small team. If the number of programmers are less, okay, project is small. Now the examples are simple inventory management system, simple business system, data process system, etc. Okay, then such type of project will come under the organic type. Okay, simple inventory management, simple business system, data process system. Now you can judge. Okay, if in any numerical, if it is given that there is a simple inventory management system or simple business system or data process system, then you can consider that under the organic type. Okay, and accordingly you can choose the value from the table of A and B. If the project type is organic, then you can consider A is equal to 3.2 and B is equal to 1.05. And you can calculate EI because you are already aware by the KDLOC total number of lines of code. Okay, then you can calculate EI. Now, here you can see if your project is embedded type, embedded, it is more complex as compared to the organic type. These are the novel projects. Okay, and there are various examples so that you can judge just by checking if it is the real-time command system, then it will come under the embedded designing and manufacturing of aircrafts. If your projects are related to such type of things, that is related to the designing and manufacturing, okay, then your project will come under the embedded type real-time operating system. If you are going to develop the real-time operating system, then it will come under the embedded type. Okay, so organic type is small projects, and you have already seen the example: simple inventory, simple business, data process system, and here embedded type real-time command system, designing and manufacturing of aircraft, real-time operating system. Okay, now third type is the semi-detached type. So we can call it as the intermediate software project. Okay, these type of software will lie in between the organic and the embedded type. Okay, now the example is here developing a new operating system. Suppose if you are going to develop any new operating system or you are going to develop a database system, complex inventory management system. So these will come under the semi-detached type. Okay, simple inventory management system means organic type. Okay, and if it is a complex inventory management system, then it will come under the semi-detached type. So developing a new operating system, okay, and developing a database system, complex inventory management system. So there are few examples which I am telling you so that you can check the nature of your project. Okay, so whether it is a organic type or semi-detached type or embedded type. Okay, so after checking the nature of the project, you can calculate the EI, that is the initial effort. Okay, now there are various factors that is step number two. In step number two, You can see here, determine a set of 15 multiplying factors from different attributes of the project. So there are other 15 multiplying factors. Okay. So here no need to remember or learn this table because values are already provided in the numerical. So no need to remember such type of factors. Okay, already given in the numerical. So these are called the various 15 multiplying factors so that you can calculate here EAF. Okay, so whenever you will calculate the EAF, effort adjustment factor, then there is a need to get such type of values. Okay, these are called the MF1, MF2 multiplying factor 1, 2, 3 up to 15. Now you can calculate EAF after EI. So in the step 1, you are going to calculate EI, initial effort, and after that you are going to calculate EAF, effort adjustment factor. So what is the effort adjustment factor? EAF is equal to multiplication of all 15 factors, that is the MF1 into MF2, MF3 and so on up to MF15. Okay, and these values are already given or provided in the numerical here in the problem. And after calculating the EAF, you can calculate the final effort. What is the final effort? It is represented as capital E. So this is E is equal to EAF into EI. Okay, EI you have already calculated. EAF just the multiplication of all multiplying factors. So you can calculate the final effort, or sometimes you can call the total effort. E is equal to EAF into EI. So the effort of different phases of the process development can be calculated by the percentage. So suppose if we are going to calculate the phase wise, okay, then we can calculate the percentage. Okay, then we also have the phase wise effort. Okay, how we can calculate the phase wise effort? Then you can see here. Just there is a here division, or we can say the category. Category here is small, intermediate, and medium or large. Okay, so there are four types of categories. So first phase is called the product design. Second is the detailed design. Third is the code and unit test. Fourth is the integration and test. Okay, so on the behalf of the size, you can choose the values if it is lying under the small, intermediate, medium or large. Okay, so that you can choose the values. Now you are already aware by the total KDLOC, that is the 1000 delivered lines of code. It is already given in the problem, or sometime you can calculate total number of lines of code just by adding all those lines of code. Okay, so if the range will lie and it is equal to or less than 2 KDLOC, okay, then you will choose the values of product design or detailed design or code or unit test, integration test under the first category, that is called the small. Okay, and again another category is the intermediate. So if the total KDLOC is less than or equal to 8, then we will choose these values. Okay, and if the total is less equal to 32, then we will choose these values. Okay, or otherwise the last one value. So we will consider whenever we will solve some numericals, okay, over this, then we will use these values. So in the next lecture, we will solve some numericals on this, and then we can calculate initial effort, final effort, effort adjustment factor, as well as we can calculate the phase wise distribution of effort and also the project duration. Okay, the time required to complete the project is a function of the total effort required for the project. Then again we will use the formula. It is based on the formula, that is the D is equal to C and E to the power D. Again C and D are constants whose values depend on the type of project. Okay, the D is the duration. So D is the time required to complete the project. Okay, and E is the, what is the capital E? Total effort. Okay, so we have already calculated capital E. Capital E is equal to EAF into EI. And what is the EAF? Multiplication factors. Yani multiply of all those multiplication factors, MF1 into MF2 and so on. Okay. And EI we have already calculated. Then we can calculate the project duration or capital D. Now again we have the table for the constant value C and D, and again it will depend on the type of the project, organic, semi-detached and embedded. So we can choose the values of C and D from this table. Now the phase wise distribution of the duration, again we have one of the table like of effort. We have already used this phase wise distribution of the effort. Similarly, again we will choose the table for the phase wise distribution of the duration. Okay. Now at the end we can calculate the project staff and means the number of persons involved in the project. That is capital N is equal to capital E slash capital D. Okay. Capital E is the total effort and capital D is the total duration. Okay, now we can calculate the number of programmers required to complete the project, or we can sometimes also called as the number of person involved in the project. Okay, now we will solve some numericals in next lecture. So just I am going to take your attendance.
सर न्यूमेरिकल्स इन्हीं के बेस पे होंगे, नहीं सर फॉर्मूलेस के बेस पे.
So hopefully we will solve some few numericals or problems tomorrow. Okay.
ओके सर.
Thank you. Any question you can problem? Problem.
नो सर.
Okay, thank you.